Hi everyone, welcome to my channel again today. Uh, we're having a nice sunny evening. We've had thunderstorms and rain and hail today, but it's springtime. That's the way it is. Well, I'd like to share with you today about some of the projects I have been trying to work on and trying to do. I have done several hats for the project Hat Not Hate. And these are mainly off of Bag-o-day Crochet. There are others that are out there. Creative Grandma did some very pretty ones the other day. Several more have done some, and you might want to check that out. Hats Not Hate. I love the idea that Lion Brand's doing. They need 100,000. It's to teach kids to stop bullying, and those that wear the hats are going to help. That's part of the study for this, and I like it. We need more of that. And I told you a week or so ago that I had this pattern. It came with my yarn from Hirschner's. This was a pattern from the kit. And I said I was having trouble with it last week. Well, I sat down and reread the pattern 3 times. And I finally got the pattern going. All I was doing was not paying close enough attention to where it said to add this, that, or the other thing. I think it's very pretty. I think in this sage green, it'll look great in my living room. So that's working. I got it going, and I was the one that had trouble with the pattern. Not this pattern wasn't bad. I just couldn't figure it out. So now I'm working it. It's good. I also showed you this beautiful, thin, very, very thin, fine yarn several weeks ago. It's got sparkles in it, silver glitter. I don't know if you can see the glitter on it or not. Doesn't look like it on my up close. There you go. Maybe you can see it. Yeah, they're little sparkles. I have decided that I am going to do a very simple glittery shawl that Bag-o-day Crochet Crystal has on her YouTube page, and you go in and go to her videos, and it's a tutorial that she has, and she did it with 2 strands of very fine gold yarn or string or thread, and a larger white yarn. I'm going to try putting 2 of these skeins together and see how they go. And if that's not good enough, I will probably put 2 of these with another white 4 yarn, a medium weight 4, something like that. Because the finer it is, I think the prettier it will look. But it's also, for me, with the hook size being really, really tiny, is difficult. But we'll see. We'll see what we're going to do. And I had ordered some yarn from Lion Brand a couple weeks ago now. They had a special on 5 skeins for $10. And if you know, a lot of their yarns are a whole lot more than 10, that. The $10, some of them are almost that just by themselves because of what they're made of and different things like that. Well, I got on and decided I want to do some of this homespun yarn that they have. It's thick and quick, it says. This yarn is polyester and acrylic, 88% acrylic, 12% polyester. It's an 8-ounce skein. It's 160 yards, 146 meters, 227 grams. It's wash and dryable. When you finish washing it, they say dry it some and then lay it flat to see what it looks like. This is a super bulky yarn. So this is a 6. Very thick, very, very thick yarn. And if you'll notice right here, I'll pull some of this out of the skein. You see how that it's got those little pieces of stuff sticking out and little, it's beautiful. I've got some from a couple years ago that I have used, and it's beautiful. But I want to warn you, if you're new at this, make sure you get the right size hook, and then be careful because some people end up running their hooks through some of these fuzzy little spots, and it pulls and it gets hung and it becomes frustrating. But they've got a beautiful Afghan pattern on here, and I think I'm going to get on Lion Brand and get this free pattern to download, uh, because I think it'd be gorgeous with this yarn. And if not, I'll figure out something else to do. But this color is, we have, this is stripes, but the color is coral stripes. So it's got peaches and pinks and browns and tans and off-white, and it's just really, really pretty, and it's super soft. So I think, if you have something you want to make that, remember, this is heavy, that would be, warm, or something special, soft and warm for someone, or fuzzy, and that they like things like that, this would be a great yarn. Lion Brand does a lot of wonderful yarns, so that's a good thing. And I love all yarns. I don't get paid for talking about these yarns. I want you to understand that. I just tell you about the yarns because I think it's important for us. I think we need to know what other crocheters think about the yarn. I listen to every other crocheter, to what they say about the yarns that they show, because I need help with it too. I want to make sure I get the right yarns for the patterns I choose, or for my ability. And so that's why I'm sharing that with you. Like I said, I've got those patterns going, and I have the puppy dog that I was trying to make, and I put him together, and his head looks like this and his body looks like this, and it's like, ooh. And I thought the body was the head, and I stitched the nose onto the body, and then the eye patch on, and let's just say the least, it's pretty awful. I probably will have to redo that whole thing. And my granddaughter asked me today, have you got our puppy ready? No, not quite. Grandma kind of messed it up. But I'll try again and see if I can get it correct. Now I'm doing the legs on it, and the pattern for that is unreal. But I think it'll be good. It'll look good. It's not hard. It's just changing so often with it. That you really have to use a lot of stitch markers and count and be very careful what you're doing. I hope you've had a good week. This is Wednesday. I have had a rough day today because when the weather changes here, and as you know, and storms come in, and the low drops in, or the high comes, and everything goes crazy around me, it's difficult. And so today I've kind of gotten to the point, before my granddaughters left, I had to tell them I've got to sit down. Don't have me get up. No, I can't lift you into my chair right now. Just please, just watch your cartoon. And we were watching Scooby-Doo, and that was fine with them. They were happy. And I just had to give in to it. But now that they're gone, this will be my evening to start a new project, work on old projects, and just sit back and rest and relax. It's like I said, it's sunny right now. There's not supposed to be any more rain in here today. I'm not sure about tomorrow. We may have some more rain. I haven't watched the weather today, so I don't know for sure. But I just wanted you to know that I'm working on projects that I love. I hope when you watch this, you hit that subscribe button, please, and hit the bell so it comes up when you are doing other things. It'll show that you have the bell will show you that somebody's posted something for you to watch. I have 9 posts on there right now, and probably most of them are for ABC News and things like that. But please subscribe. Please talk to your friends and ask them to watch and to subscribe and to hit the bell. I really know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I hope and pray that you will see that too. As we've said from the beginning, life with what these autoimmune diseases do is not great all the time. Some people manage to go into remission. Some people manage to work years and years with it. I had hoped I would work years and years too. But then there becomes the issue of the stress, plus what your joints are doing. Your muscles are hurting because you can't stand to touch anything with the fibro. Um, right now, I'm not taking any of my infusions because they are a biologic, and it kills off your ability to fight infections in your body. And I just don't want to risk that right now because it's still flu season, and I've had strep throat twice since Christmas. And I just think it's time for me to stop and let my body kind of come back. And then we'll talk about what to take and what to do. Uh, Call your doctor if you're experiencing hard times with your infusions or your medications that you're taking. Please don't just say, oh, well, they won't care and they won't understand. Yeah, they will. Explain what's happening. This is not a fun thing to have, but nothing that affects your body and your mind and your soul and your spirit is fun. And so know that people, like I said, I care. It bothers me to know how many of you are out there. Bothers me to know my youngest son has psoriatic arthritis, that his psoriasis is everywhere on him right now, and he's having to treat it with a cream that's very heavy in steroids and things like that to get it to go away. My oldest son has a form of arthritis that is crippling him. My middle son has it. I didn't know we had so many of those things in our history and family background, but that's what happens sometimes. And okay, it's not the best, but it's better than other things. And I'm still here. I still smiled and laughed today. My granddaughter tried to tell me something, and I got the wrong word that she didn't, that was not it. And she just looked at me, no, Grandma, that's not what I say. And so I thought, okay, her mother had to interpret for me, so I knew what she meant. And it was just like, oh. And she gave me a hug and said, I love you. Okay, I love you too. And then off we went, and things are, good for her right now because mom's home and they can be at home with their mom tonight and know that tomorrow's their dad's birthday and get up and go to school and tell him happy birthday before they leave for school and things like that. If you're having a hard time making it through, because I don't have a personal contact with you, it's a safe place to talk. It's a safe place to share. And I hope you will feel free to do so, because these illnesses people don't understand. Until I stand up and start limping, most people think I'm fine. Until I can't open my hand all the way or close it all the way, people think I'm fine. Um, but because it doesn't show on the outside very much, but what it does on the inside for us is quite dramatic, and it's kind of frustrating. But that goes with any illness, heart attacks, cancers. All of these things can just hit your body, and your mind and spirit goes with it, because it's hard to fight on days when the hurting is so bad you're not even sure if you can take a breath without something hurting. That's kind of how I'm feeling tonight, but I'm going to smile anyway. I'm going to be happy that I have another day, because this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And whether you believe in God Almighty or not, I hope you do, because for me it helps to know that there's something greater, someone greater, I should say, than I am, than the doctors are. So when their treatments don't work quite well, I know that's the way it is, and we'll just keep fighting because we'll find something else. And that's how I look at that. And I told you this earlier this week, I'm a fighter. I will fight to stay going. When I have to go in my wheelchair again, I will. But that doesn't mean I'll go in it every minute of every day. I'll go in it when I have to walk farther than a few feet, and I'll go in it when I have to walk farther than a few feet. And I'll go in it when I have to go in my wheelchair again, I will. But that doesn't mean I'll go in it every minute of every day. I'll go in it when I have to walk farther than a few feet, And then I will go home and put my feet up when I'm crocheting or reading or watching TV, whatever it is I'm doing, and then get up and walk in the house. Is slowly? Okay, slowly. Uh, that's all right. I'm still going. My arms and hands have been hurting terribly recently, and I know that's the bursitis, or actually the arthritis, that is generating these um, shoulders, and it's killing me. And the elbows are bad, and the hands are bad, the feet are bad. Today I feel like I'm walking on big round balls underneath the balls of my feet, and it's just very uncomfortable. But okay, that's today. Tomorrow, we'll see. If tomorrow's better, great. If tomorrow's not better, great, because it's still another day. Just hope and pray that you are okay today. I have a feeling that for a lot of you, the weather changing to spring sounds great. We all want to see the flowers bloom, the springtime come, warmer weathers, etc. But with the spring in this area of the country comes the threat of severe weather. Continue to pray for those people in Nashville and around Nashville that have lost family members, that have lost everything they ever had in those storms. Until you've seen a tornado take away friends and family and homes and businesses and everything in the area, it's hard to comprehend what it's like. I have kept praying and praying that I would never again see something like that. But I live in an area of the country where it does happen. It happens in big cities, out in the country, and wherever it happens, I pray that people have a way to get the warnings and to take shelter. Because if you can't, that makes it even harder. And I know that. And some people who take shelter um, have troubles. But I'm praying for those people because I know what that's like. It's nothing I ever want to see again, but I probably will. And it looks like this season we may have a big tornado outbreak. And that's scary. But I'm thankful we have a shelter, and hopefully it will see us through. Um, and I hope and pray for my family and friends that are out there. I pray for those of you on YouTube that I follow that are in those areas of the country right now that are going through a lot of this. You've already been through the winter horrible times, and now comes this terrible time of storms and things that as the seasons change and the world warms again. So I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for you. I listen to the weather for the national weather and news so I can pray for you. Pray for those who have lost loved ones due to this new virus. Pray for a faster way to get the kits and for them to be tested so they can find out in less than 5 or 6 days if a person has this virus. Pray for those who are doctors who are having and nurses who are having to oversee patients with this, that they have a way to stay safe because they're putting their life on the line every day. They work with someone who's got these kind of illnesses. I thank them. I thank the Lord for them. I have a great doctor. I have a great rheumatologist. I have great friends that are nurses and work in the hospital and things. And I'm thankful that they are willing to do so because I can't. That's not something I could do. But just know that I'm here. I do care. This is not about me. This is about all of you. So if you have something to talk about or need to say that you can't say out loud at home or at work, let me know. If you have a project you'd like to see me work on for crocheting, let me know. If you have a question about who to watch for your crocheting, I'll tell you. I'll give you several names because every one of them that I've looked at, and there's hundreds more, have been great and have offered great advice and help and and new patterns and easy patterns for those of us who are beginners or those of us who are kind of intermediate at times, and even those who are advanced, and that's for knitting and crocheting. So don't be surprised. There's a lot of things on YouTube that aren't just silly cartoons like my kids watch. We watch things that are, I watch things that are informative, things that you can tell by the projects and the person speaking to you that are what they say they are, that it's not going to be messed up garbage. And I just thank them, all of them. Creative Grandma, Bag-o-day. Oh, goodness gracious, so many of you out there. Jada and Stitches, Be Wowed, Cinamon Stiches, um, the Secret Yarnery. I hooked on crochet. All those. Thank you for putting your input into YouTube channels. It takes time, and I thank you for that, so that we have something to look at, to work toward, something that we can expand our ability and our thinking into new areas. And I like that. That's good. So I'm going to let you go because I imagine it's getting late where you're at, and maybe it's still really early where you're at. I don't know. But be blessed. Have something to smile about today. Have something to hold on to, or someone. And know that I care. And you're not alone. Never are you alone. So have a good evening. I hope you have a good supper, or something you like to eat. Tonight it's probably going to be cereal, but it's better than nothing. Bye now. Have a great week.